NSLXOMOTO. What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be discussing my first time on the highway. This is my first highway experience. As you can tell, if you look down, you see all the divots and cracks and splits. Something you want to definitely be aware of. And then also another thing, you see how many times that I looked over before I completely merged? You know, don't just rely on mirrors. Definitely make sure you're looking, you're panning, you're scanning your area, and make sure you're keeping up with speed too. Like, don't slow down, like keep up with the speed and make sure you're going, and make sure you do a couple double takes, like I said, before you get on the highway. But honestly, you know, the first time on the highway, it wasn't too bad. It was fast, you know. That was one thing I noticed is, like, you know, like, say the speed limit's 75. I'd be going 75 and people would be flying past me, like multiple people. And that was something I had to realize, is that, you know, I'm gonna have to go fast if I'm on the highway. Otherwise, like, it just becomes dangerous. At least that's how I felt, you know, like. And where I'm at right now too, like, you'll be going so fast that, like, you won't even be able to, like, pick it up in time, like, because, you know, when you're on your bike, you know, you're not really, you know, you're always focused on your surroundings and everything like that. But there's moments when I was on the highway and there'll be like a huge gap or, you know, a big chunk, you know, like just something in the road, and it's like, dang, like, you know, that could have created a speed wobble, that could have created, you know, really something bad, as you saw right there. You know, like, there's just situations sometimes that just happen, you know. So always be on your cues, you know, and always just make sure you're on top of your game. And just pay attention. You know, people around you are crazy, and people are going to be speeding, people are going to be doing their thing. You know, but for my first time on the highway, it really wasn't that bad. My adrenaline was definitely pumping, and you know, and it was definitely exciting for sure. But that being said, you know, today I just want to discuss 10 of my basic tips that I would, you know, recommend for riding on the highway. Some of them you may know, you may know it could be just basic common knowledge. But, you know, my first tip is to always wear proper gear. You know, it sounds stupid, but, you know, like I said, it could be obvious, but a lot of people be riding, you know, doing their thing, you know. I'm guilty of it. You know, I've been riding, you know, basic t-shirt, you know, sweatpants, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We've all been there. You know, we've all had our lazy days, you know, it's too hot outside, whatever, but gear up. If you're going to be on the highway, always gear up. Wear a helmet, jacket, gloves, boots, full gear. All right? You want to protect yourself always. Second, check your bike before you head out. Tires, brakes, lights, basics, like, just check everything. You never know, anything can happen. Like, I've been on countless rides where one of my, you know, turn signals went out, you know, or my whole front speedometer went out one time, you know. Anything can happen. I rode half the season, one of my pistons was locked up, and it was completely grinding away my entire brake pad and messing up my whole front end, and I wasn't aware of it because I wasn't checking on it abundantly, you know. And you know, and tires, always check your tires. You know, if they look bald, or if they look like, you know, they're skimping, they're getting old, you know, they're cracking in the rubber, anything like that, replace them. I don't care. I know it's going to be, they might be expensive, replace them. That is your life. You know, I've told a story in one of my other previous motor vlogs where, you know, I rode for 2 hours on the highway, came home, went to leave for work, and my back tire exploded. You know, always check your tires. You know, it's your life at the end of the day. Check your tires. Okay. Third, pick a lane, stay in it whenever you can. To change lanes on the highway, you know, do what you need to do, but don't be weaving in out of traffic. I know it seems cool, we all do it, but it's dangerous, you know. Like, so stay in your lane, you know. Don't try to weave in and out. Don't try to be super aggressive and try to act like you have to prove a point. We're riding fast, you know, as it is. Try to be as safe as possible. Fourth, you're going to want to watch out for merging cars. Like I said in the beginning of the video, merging can be intimidating. It can be one of those things that can be scary when you first get on the highway, you know. But like I always said, look over your shoulder, do those double takes, look in your mirror, be aware of what's coming up, you know, and keep a you know, a moderate speed, you know. Maintain your speed, maintain your throttle, and, you know, turn your signal on and just keep on riding, you know. And make sure you follow the laws, you know, of the ride, you know, the road, of course, you know, and just get on the highway, do your thing. But just, you know, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, and like I said, maintain speed. Fifth, be super careful around big trucks. You're gonna be around trucks a lot on the highway. Stay away from trucks, RVs, tractors, trailers. There was a time when I almost got pinned between. Well, I did get pinned between a tractor and an SUV. So definitely, like I said, be aware of what's around you when you're riding around. Trucks, there's a lot of wind that's blowing off the truck, and it can have your bike swaying all over the place. It could have you feeling very unstable on your bike. So just stay away from them. They have a lot of blind spots. They can't see you. You might think they can see you, they can't see you. They're a big truck, and you're on a little bike, and if they hit you, it's a wrap. So definitely, like I said, if you can possibly avoid it, just stay away from them. Give them the road. Keep your space, keep your distance. 6, keep a safe following distance from cars in front of you, and and just make sure you give yourself enough time. When you're riding on another car, or you got cars riding behind you because you're driving too slow, there's zero time for you to react, for you to have enough time to brake if something were to happen in front of you, or if something were to go wrong with your bike. You could get rear-ended real quick, if you're not going the proper speeds. So definitely just be self-aware of where you're at on the highway, where you are at as far as cars being in front of you, cars being behind you. Don't ride cars. It's not cool. I know you, as bikers, we don't want cars riding up on us. So just, give people space. I think it's like a 12-foot, space cushion that we discussed in class, if I can remember correctly. It was last year that I took the class, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 12 feet. You want to give yourself enough space in between, so that, you have enough reaction time. So 7th, relax and just enjoy the ride. Keep a steady speed, steady throttle. Don't get crazy. Try to keep up with traffic, and just maintain with traffic. I always, when I'm on the highway, to be honest, I like to go a lot faster. I like to go 10, 15 sometimes over, just because I feel like when I'm going the speed of traffic, like, cars are flying past me at like crazy speeds, to where I'm just kind of like, it feels dangerous and unsafe for me personally. So I feel like if I'm ahead of traffic, it just feels a lot less dangerous. Do what feels comfortable for you, but stay relaxed. You don't want to be like super tight. You don't want to be gripping your handlebars too much and just having a crazy grip, because there's a lot going on. Sensory overload. You might feel intimidated. You might feel scared. It might be your first time. There's nothing wrong with that. Ride at your own pace, ride at your own speed. 8th, use your mirrors constantly. Like I told you before, you want to do a double take, look over your shoulder, and use your mirrors for sure, but definitely look over your shoulder, because there's been times I've looked in my mirror, thought I saw something, went to change lanes, looked with my head, and then there was a car right next to me. So always look over your shoulder, and always use your mirrors constantly to keep an eye on what's behind you and what's around you. 9th, if you start feeling tired, you start feeling fatigued, pull over and take a break. If you need to pull over at the gas station, grab yourself a Red Bull, grab yourself some beef jerky, whatever you're into, some hot Cheetos, and just chill for a bit. Let your bike cool down, take a chill pill, and just relax for a bit. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to be fatigued and not be 100%, when you're riding on the highway, or you're riding anywhere for that matter. You always want to be focused and be able to, be on your grind when you're riding, and to be completely 100%. To avoid anything bad happening to you, or, anything happening to the people around you while you're on a bike, All right, so 10. Most important of all, enjoy the ride. Seat time is everything, guys. And I just want to encourage you to get out there and ride as much as you can, ride as much as possible, and just enjoy yourself, stay loose, and ride with the proper gear. Like I said before, check your bikes, make sure everything's up to date, make sure everything's good, tires, gas. That was one thing I forgot to mention. Always make sure you get gas before you get on the highway. There's nothing like running out of gas when you're on the highway and you're just stuck sitting there and you got everybody blowing past you, and you're just trying to figure out how to get to work, get home, etc. But check your bikes, make sure everything's up to par, make sure you guys get enough rest so you can be 100%. Enjoy yourselves, be safe, keep your wheels on the ground, or keep one wheel on the ground, if you're popping wheelies. But anyways, stay safe out there. I love y'all. You can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me Facebook, you can follow me on TikTok as well. And y'all be easy. Peace.